Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we'll be wrapping up my looks at the Cosmic Legion's Hvalkatar Book 1 and or Wave 1, a lone tier for that, because all good things must come to an end at some point, right? But today we will be taking a look at the Svexian Prison Guard. Did I get the intro right this time? I kind of screwed it up in the Block Commander review. Check that out if you haven't already, because I'm going to try and keep this as short and sweet as possible, because this is essentially the same figure as before with different colors. So we're not going to look at all the extra hands. He comes with the same spread, with the same color as the Block Commander. However, his staff is a different color. It is pink this time. At least I think this is his. I'm pretty sure it is. And then his blaster is more of a bone color. But in all honesty, I think he's going to look a little better with the Block Commander's gun. I think I'm going to have him with the gun and the Block Commander with the yellow staff. So, bringing this guy in, the only difference between this guy and the previous figure is the head sculpt and the color. So looking at the head sculpt here, you can see it's fully masked, which I think is cooler. I like the fully masked look. But this one for me had a couple QC issues. This little hand initially broke on mine. I got it replaced from good old customer service from Horsemen. So shout out to them for that. And then he had some looser joints here and there, compared to the Block Commander, who I will bring in a couple minutes here for a bit of a comparison. But his wings, you can see on the back, they hinge up and down. His wings are a little tighter actually on the hinge there, but there's a look at those. You can see he's got all the same pieces as the last figure, just different colors. And really, comes down to personal preference, which one you prefer. I kind of like this one a little more. Not just because of the head, but because of the colors. I think the colors are a little better. Maybe. I don't know. I think I like the colors on the other one, but the head sculpt on this one. Which leads me to the hands thing. Because I don't think we needed the trigger hands and the grip hands with the inappropriate hinge for holding weapons. I would have rather cut all four of those out and give us the extra head. Not even with the antennas and the mandibles, but just in general, to have options. You know, it'd be nice to swap them out. Have this guy unmasked and have the other guy with the helmet. That'd be kind of cool, right? I'm sure if they do a 2.0, they'll switch heads. That way you gotta buy them both again, which is a good way to make money, by the way, off a sucker like me who has no self-control. That said, the other thing that was kind of loose on this guy was his waist, but it's not bad. I've had worse. It's not floppy, but I wish it was tighter. I wish it was a little tighter here. I'm trying to see, does he have any crunch whatsoever? And this back thing on him was a little looser too, so not the best QC on him, but not enough to make a stink. Everything stays in place. I mean, he's got so much junk going on around his waist anyways. It doesn't really make anything loose or what have you, so I can deal with it. But putting him there, bring in our Block Commander to compare him to. I'm not even going to cut to the size comparison bit, because what's the point? We already seen this guy. Oh, his left calf there is a little looser than the right, and then on this guy the right calf's kind of loose. It's funny how that works. It's a variation of looseness. But it's not, again, it's not terrible. But there they both are. They look great together. They take up a lot of space together. Not as bad as NECA Gargoyles, but bad enough. I can just imagine. There are people who want to army build the crap out of this prison guard guy. So more power to you. I'm not going to do that. Worst case scenario, I might get a second one, but for now I'm good with just the one. Moving him back in here. We can bring in our 2 regulars here, because it wouldn't be one of my reviews without him. Here's his brother Mandibulith. Just in case you didn't see the other review, you can see how he stacks up against these two. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who's a little taller than our Svexian here, but Svexian is definitely more plastic, that's for sure. Should be. Costs $50, man. Which I think is a fair price. I didn't mention that in the Block Commander video, but these guys are deluxes. I think they warrant that title. I think they're worth the price. Although I think most 4 Horsemen figures are worth the price. With the exception of like dwarves and goblins, I don't know. I just feel like it can be a little bit to be desired sometimes. Depends. Depends on what dwarf. Like that Cavern Dwarf, that was a great figure. Came with lots of stuff for less than $30. It's crazy how that works, and how some companies make excuses for not including hands with characters that should have them. Hasbro. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from a couple snafus I had with my particular figure, I gotta be honest with you. The 4 Horsemen, even on a bad day, are better than most companies on a good day. Because at the end of said day, they care about their fans. And that's what matters. And the piece that broke on my figure, I was able to get replaced. No questions asked. Just had to provide a picture and send them an email. That's, well, I have plenty of time to do that, to say the very least. I mean, I'm sitting here recording a review, aren't I? And even though this guy has some loose joints here and there, they're not loose enough to keep me from not having fun and enjoying this figure. I mean, I got him in this pose, fairly basic. It's nothing crazy, but man, he looks cool standing there. So, with that being said, I would still recommend you give the 4 Horsemen a shot if you haven't already. I know Cosmic Legions is new, and if you're just getting into them now, what better way to start than with Wave 1, right? So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.